Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are about to witness the American Mindgrind. You will have to think. Your mind will get addicted to our program. We bring it to you straight and do not duck any of the issues. Although it may hurt, this show is good for you. We must be aware of our surroundings and understand what is happening in this crazy world we live in. Remember, the comments of this show are that of opinion only. We are not professionals. We will not be held responsible for any of the stupid things you may or may not do after listening to our show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today is Wednesday, February 17th, 2016. I am Jeff. This is Jessica. That's Eric. And our new hostess, Lindsay. And
hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
Matt got a serious facelift.
we upgraded a little bit.
I ain't even missing you at all, boy. So happy you can be with us.
They're
happy
changing
I'm here.
There it is.
the name of the show to Two Good-Looking Dudes and Two Good-Looking Women.
Oh, my goodness.
So, did you guys have a good week?
Great week, actually. Just a wonderful time. How about yourself, Jessica?
Oh, amazing. Obviously, I had a great Valentine's night.
Yeah. How was your Valentine? You went to that show,
I mean,
right?
the Valentine's wasn't that great, but the night was awesome.
Okay.
I went to the Joint, saw the Adam Sandler, Norm Macdonald, Rob Schneider show, and they had a few special guests.
Mm-hmm.
One was Tim Meadows.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know him, you don't watch SNL or Dewey Cox or any of the other SNL spin-off shows or movies or anything like that. David Spade was there.
Mm-hmm.
He comes to Vegas often.
Cool.
The Farley brothers. So Chris Farley's brothers. And they talked a lot about that, and it was actually really awesome. It was funny. It was a couple hours long, and they even did a Q&A afterwards, which was awesome.
So you all came out and you were able to ask him whatever you wanted?
Yeah, well, almost. I wanted to ask Adam Sandler why he was wearing brown fucking corduroys, but I didn't.
He's rich.
He's old school. You
can
can
wear
dress like
whatever
a
you
total
want.
He's a
dipshit.
billionaire. He probably is a billionaire. And they were awesome. They were he was still nervous, which is still great because, he's this big movie star, big comedian.
Right.
He's still nervous on
Adam
stage.
Sandler was nervous?
Yes. And he did songs, of course. He had a piano player. And then it was funny. One of the jokes was, "What's your name? I don't know you," to the piano player. He's like, "Pia." No player. Pia, no player. That's my name.
The piano player.
You know what I thought was cool is that was a Netflix Presents concert.
Yeah.
Because he signed a 6-film deal with Netflix. His next 6 films?
They were filming it, but it wasn't a lot of angles. It was just one from the soundboard.
Okay.
2 different cameras.
Like the
Gotcha.
Mindgrind.
They didn't do anything else. Yeah, it was pretty cool though. It was awesome. It was a really, really good show. Obviously, I've seen Rob Schneider, Norm Macdonald before at South Point.
Did anyone else see the Netflix movie that he just cranked out? The comedy, kind of like a Western comedy.
Oh, yes, I did.
I watched about 15 minutes.
Where he's like a super strong.
Yeah.
I did see it.
I did not like it.
Yeah, no,
I couldn't even finish it.
I'll give you a 1 star on that.
He likes checks. That guy likes checks. Sometimes hit or miss with him. I like Zohan, and I think Zohan was one of the dumbest movies ever. You like? What's your favorite?
It's okay. Probably. Okay. What's the one where he has to go back to school? Oh my God.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Yeah, that's my favorite, and I can't
That's
remember
the
the
best.
name. It's my favorite though.
That is a good one.
And I mean,
That's a classic.
Oh hell yeah, and Happy Gilmore. I mean, how you go wrong?
Absolutely.
And actually, the people in the audience were the guy from Grandma's Boy.
Okay.
Like the 2 people that are always in his show, like the guy
Right.
from Waterboy that has his fucking eye.
Oh, the
to,
eye.
one side.
So he was there too. So his whole posse was there, right?
Oh yeah, and they were the ones in the audiences, like watching the show, and then came out to. Here's the microphone.
Oh, that's totally cool.
Yeah, so it was really awesome.
And then he had a period of time where he did some serious roles, right? Punch Drunk Love, Reign Over Me.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got both sides of
Seth
it.
Rogen with where he's
that was a good movie.
Yeah, where he has
God,
cancer.
What is the name of that one? That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was a really
what
good
was that?
one.
Well,
Funny People is one.
Funny People.
Funny People. That's
actually
the one.
it. That's
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
That's a good flick, right?
Yeah.
He's He was serious in
Yeah,
that
you're
role,
right,
and
you're right.
so he shows that he does have it.
Yeah.
This last movie is a piece of shit.
It is.
As simple as that.
I actually thought it was a
Jeff, it was one of
rip-off.
the worst movies I've ever seen.
I watched. I
was.
saw it.
What'd you think?
It was all right. It's knowing Adam
Don't tell me
Sandler,
you
knowing a
liked
lot
it.
of his movies are just goof off movies.
Right.
You know, again, for the
Yeah.
same reason he's wearing those pants is the same reason he made
It's
that
a formula.
movie. He's rich and he's bored and he wants to do something different and fun, and that's what he does for fun. Is he makes movies and wears corduroy pants. He's a great guy. So
Brown corduroy.
That are like two
he doesn't
sizes
have to
too
come
big.
out with a smash hit. You know, like it.
Yeah, he's
If-
getting paid to do a service.
If you know what it is going into it, I mean, it was funny. It wasn't. It's not a great film, but it's funny how the way he's making fun of westerns, the way that he does it.
Right, it's
He's
a
just
satire,
Yeah,
right?
he's just making fun of westerns.
But you know that came out right after that Seth MacFarlane movie with Charlize Theron and all these other big actors. It came out right after that, so I was like,
like another Western satire.
oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
totally a spaghetti western
Oh,
kind
okay,
of
gotcha
funny. I don't know.
Well, anyway, he's doing good, and I'm sure the Netflix deal is going to yield him some money, right? He's got plenty of money.
Oh,
Adam Sandler.
oh yeah, he's a billionaire.
Absolutely.
So,
Sounds
yeah.
fun. We should have gone to that. I knew we should have gone to that.
Yeah.
I did. I went to Love of Cocktails with my sweetheart. Love of Cocktails is basically a pub crawl downtown. We went to 12 different places. Okay. And I don't drink. Jeff knows this. I don't drink at all. I'm a bartender, but I don't drink at all. But I decided that night I was going to drink because I knew I could eat myself back to sobriety. So the first 6 stops, I had to drink at every single one of the first 6 stops. I was just tanked. You know what I mean? It was just feeling good. And the last time this happened, it yielded a kid. So I was like, I better, I better watch myself or I'm gonna be a dad again. You know what I mean? So went to the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th stop, wound up
With
at
a
Atomic
different
Liquor.
woman.
They
Yeah.
call that illegitimate.
Well, I got one over there. That one girl, she keeps calling here, says
Yeah.
says that she mothered my child.
Yeah, there's women out there that have
God.
called in at 702-483-4444 and told us that Eric is the
Is baby
father
daddy.
of their children. So
I don't really care.
you never know.
I don't care.
That little
I
bastard.
have to tip the mailman every Father's
Well, what are you
Day.
going to do if he walks in? If he just walks and shows up?
Hey, if he looks
And he
like
looks
Tiger Woods or
just like-
LeBron James, I'll be like, yeah, I'm your daddy.
There you go.
Yeah, your boy. What
Steph Curry, you are my son.
if your
I
boy?
love you.
What if your boy that's out there selling RVs walks in?
You're not mine.
I'd be like, you're permanently off this goddamn show. Lindsay's on. That's that.
That's that. Sorry,
Jeff and I made an executive decision.
took us 5
Okay.
minutes.
It took us 1 minute after meeting her, you were out. See, you got to go, boy.
She said
Um,
something with her accent, and
wait-
we're like, okay.
Went out to Atomic Lounge. Went out to Atomic Liquor. Then we took a trip down to Velveteen Rabbit. We went to Beauty Bar. We went to Commonwealth, which is Ryan's place.
Yeah.
Went to Commonwealth, and then we got. Then we ended up at the Gold Spike, and they had 7 food trucks there, and each food truck had this like exotic type of like. Delicacy with a cocktail, like pairing and stuff like that. That's where I ate myself back to sobriety. Like a blueberry donut with like wild boar and like some semi-glaze of something.
So
And
you
then-
can tell the
That
cop
sounds
that
amazing,
if you get pulled
actually.
over, you can just be like, "Oh, I'm good, officer. I hate myself back to sobriety."
You would have loved this, Jeff. There was a pancake ball that was in like a cast iron skillet, and they kind of like throw it around the cast iron skillet and had pork inside of it, which is your fave.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, and with you being Jewish,
Yeah.
you didn't need it, right?
I told you I'm a terrible Jew.
Yeah.
You keep doing this to
Right.
me. Every week you
Sure.
do this to me. How do you spell Hanukkah? You're
No.
not a good
How do
Jew.
you spell
You eat
Well-
bacon. I heard.
I love
Don't call yourself
bacon and ham and pork. I love the taste of it. It's delicious. It's great. But once I found out that pigs eat their own poop and within minutes comes meat on the bone and the body can't recognize it and it stays inside your colon the rest of your life, I quit.
Right.
I quit.
You guys, after this show, you want to go get like a pork chop or something?
Absolutely.
Better put a lot
Absolutely. See?
of better
Good,
season
healthy
it up
girl.
good or you're gonna taste that pig poop.
I
Uh,
will still eat bacon till the day. I die.
Exactly. I don't think about
Well,
it.
maybe
Don't worry
not.
about it.
Yeah. I told you today I went mattress shopping.
Oh yeah, for like
When's the last
$1
time you
billion
guys went
mattress.
mattress shopping?
Probably like 5 years ago.
5 years ago? It was pretty penny back then, right?
It was, well, yeah. But, if you buy one of the floor models that people have tried out, I know it's disgusting, but
So what?
They
yeah, not that
sanitize
disgusting.
it.
Yeah, sure.
it's a heavily discounted.
I did not know that. That's a great piece of advice. So those of you out there in the mattress shopping right now, maybe even consider a floor model, and then you can always put like some sort of duvet or something over it, right? Like a
There's
like
always a mattress cover.
covers or something
Always,
like that.
Always have a
Why don't you just
mattress
hang
cover.
out in the store until someone buys a floor model and then hurry up and grab the next floor model?
That's a good idea.
Well, look
because
at you.
it's not on there long enough. They won't sell it to you.
Oh.
Get it?
This mattress.
Probably a discontinued item or something like that. They're getting ready to shop it out. But anyway, I get there, and the guy's so nice. And he's like, "Here, check this one out." So I lay down. It's really cool. And I'm like, "Dude, this is the best mattress I've ever been in." And he's like, "Well, check this out, man. I've got this remote control. I can put your head up." So he
The
put my
sleep
head
number?
up. Yeah. And then he put my feet up. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting there. I'm like in like a fetal position. I felt like I was a baby again. You know, invigorated. And then he put the massager on. I'm like, this is the dopest fucking mattress I've ever been on in my life. I'm like, how much is this, baby? Like $1,500? You know, it must be top of the mark.
1,500.
He's like, this one's $4,800.
Here's a new car.
I jumped up. I'm like, okay, well, thank you for the demo. Thanks for free demo. What do I owe you?
Yeah, $100.
$30.
$100 for a demo, bud.
The laydown.
We got to wash your oil off of it, you know.
What? You know what?
Mattresses come a long way, Jeff. Damn.
Yeah,
you know
you
what
got
I do?
$5,000.
I put a pillow under my legs, or if I want to watch TV, I prop myself up with a pillow behind me. And you know what pillows are going for nowadays?
Where are you going?
You can get for like $3.99.
That's awesome.
$3.99.
$3.
You got some real nice pillows, bud.
They prop yourself up.
Jeff-
Probably the same
You
way.
go for
Jeff's got some
$3.99.
cardboard pillows if you guys want to come over and check it out. They have 6 thread count.
Have a good cement pillow.
I sleep like a baby, man.
You know, the girls don't like that, Jeff, and I know you're successful with the female persuasion.
I haven't had complaints about pillows.
About thread counts or
No
anything like
cinder
that?
block pillows for you?
No, I got nice sheets.
Right.
I spend a little on the sheets.
Right, okay, so sheets are proper?
I got a
At
good thread count there.
1,000 thread.
And my blanket's real comfortable too. I sleep like a baby.
Right, okay.
But my total investment in my bed's not over. What was I saying? $600, It's not over $800.
Well, I can
Yeah.
tell you, I appreciate the guy as far as like it takes a lot to like shift up and you know like actually trying to do a sit up and then put
Really,
something
like-
underneath my bed. It was just nice to hit a button, dude. That's how the world is these
That's
days.
how
Yeah,
Don't
that's
you
why
understand? It's
that's why we're in
convenient.
trouble.
You know what I mean?
Wow, good. So,
Yeah.
when did you order one then? You
No,
got
I
it on
didn't get one. I didn't have $5,000 with me. You know
What'd you get?
what?
Did you get a bed?
Oh no, I have a wonderful bed as it is, but I saw it and I was like, you know, I'm getting some money back on my little taxes. Maybe I'll have another kid, get even more money next year. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
God.
I'm just kidding. So I was like, yeah, I'm in the market now. You know, who knows? You know, maybe I could grab a mattress. You know, but my mattress is only about 5 years old. But listen, for those of you out there who don't know this, you can't keep a mattress for like 20 years. Okay, there's a thing called dust mites, and they
Gross.
get into your mattress. Okay, you can't keep a mattress for like
Or
10 years.
bed
It's very
bugs.
it's very unsanitary and it make you sick, and it actually messes with your respiratory system. So for those of you who have had a mattress and you think it's kind of cute that you had your mattress since college, it's time maybe you should chop that baby out and get yourself a brand new one, even if it's a piece of crap one. I'd rather have a brand new one than one filled with dust mites and God knows what else, all that
Yeah.
schmegma.
She's new to Las Vegas.
I am.
So
Right.
did you bring your mattress over?
No, I got a new one.
See, there you go. That's
I had to.
responsible.
I know. I
Yeah.
just came out here with a car and a dog, and here I am.
Where are you from, dear?
Alabama.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
There it is.
I screwed that up in the pre-meeting,
did.
and you were pissed.
I know. I
What
wasn't
did,
happy
what
about
did you
it.
say?
Well, I said something
Go
else.
Tide.
I was close. I was
Sorry, he
close.
brought it
Hold
up.
tight.
No,
Hold
it's
tight.
okay. We talk openly here, miss.
Cam Newton. I can't deal.
Yeah, you don't like that Cam Newton
No,
boy.
I don't.
Yeah, what bothers you about Cam Newton?
He's an asshole.
Okay,
Okay, he was the quarterback at Auburn.
correct.
They played against Alabama, beat us.
Right.
Stupid.
You
And he's
sound-
just cocky. It just still makes me mad. Like, you don't mess with the Alabama fans. Like, you don't, because we're redneck and we get mean.
Right.
And we'll mess you up. Like,
I
nobody
realize
knows
that.
anything about it over here on the West Coast. Like, they don't know about the South.
You know what you sound like to me?
What do I sound
Sore
like?
loser.
That's sore.
Oh, okay.
That's what you sound
I'm
like,
gonna
a
come over
sore
there.
loser.
So now you're gonna make me
Oh,
come
like
over there.
Rhonda.
too? Oh God, I can't.
You know what's cool about Tuscaloosa these days, and it's not actually the football team. It's that heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. That dude is a goddamn stud.
Oh my God,
I
yes.
love that dude.
Yes,
He's
he is.
tough.
He
and
is.
we haven't had a great heavyweight champion in a very long time, and he represents that weight class real nicely.
Oh, I know.
He's a WBC champion, and he's waiting for his shot. You know, he's looking for a title fight
He will.
against Tyson Fury. Tyson
will.
Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko, who had the title for 10 years, guys, 10 years. And we finally have an American that could probably take home the belt. So
Absolutely.
So we'll see if he can unify the belt, and that's
That's right.
really the pride of Tuscaloosa, in my opinion.
Yeah.
These days.
And
Yeah.
here I am, right here. Your goddess from Tuscaloosa.
Oh, my God.
Actually, I'm from Huntsville, Alabama, but I went to the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. So here I am representing Deontay. There
Did you graduate or did you what's your
I
situation
went to college.
there?
Yeah, I went to college.
Okay.
There. I mean, I graduated from Alabama, and then I
Wow.
was here. I stayed in Alabama for like I guess a year and a half, and then I came out here. So
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. What's your undergraduate in?
I got a psychology degree, and then I have a social work degree.
Goddamn, pretty and fucking smart. My
That's
goodness.
sweet. You're
Rare
too
breed
sweet.
around here.
Listen, you know what? Here's the deal. The first 6 months that they're here, it's somebody who's not been in Las Vegas.
Swap and scoop.
It's no. they call it Vegasized. I'll be
Get her
honest
before
with you.
she's
here. You know,
Vegasized.
once you get to 6 months, you're not quite as marketable. So you're going to have a lot of suitors coming after you.
I'm at 5 months, so I'm getting there.
Oh no,
I
you're going to
did,
turn. It's terrible. It's like The Walking Dead.
Right.
I did kind of tell her the ropes.
She did. She
Yeah,
helped
hang
me
out
out.
with
She
her.
let.
I've,
Yeah, she took me to my first nightclub in Vegas.
Right.
Okay, and it was pretty cool.
Right.
And I got to see somebody famous, Wiz Khalifa, so I was excited about it.
Hey, that's cool. Wiz
Yes.
Khalifa.
It was
I
exciting.
love his earlier
If you
work.
can call.
Hey, no, stop.
It's a
No,
legend.
because I love rap, so that's my thing.
You love rap.
Yeah, I'm from the South. I should like country. I know. Blah blah blah.
Are you
Oh, no, that's
single?
cool.
Huh?
Are you single?
Or is that
Yes.
too much?
in Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's scary.
What's up? Matt, you could be a call-in person on the show. You could just call from home every
Looks
week.
like Jeff found himself a new woman.
I love you, Matt. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we miss you. Apparently, you hit a home run. That's awesome. Hey,
Yeah,
speaking of
yeah,
that,
hopefully you close that.
Jeff, before we get on to our stories tonight, I just want to say one more thing about my week. The Walking Dead. Are you guys fans?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
No, you're no.
No.
Jeff,
Yes.
is
We
already have
absolutely
stuff in
no.
common.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Jeff hates
There we
zombie
go.
shit.
Yay. All right. Yes.
What a great episode, Jess.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was seriously. I know you hate the show, and I get it.
just,
I know why.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Well, it was just it was one of the best shows, one of the best episodes in the many years that it's
Lots
been on.
of character deaths.
A lot of character deaths, and it was
I
just intense.
called it though. I called it.
Oh,
It's so weird because they left you at the little kid of the blonde lady. I forget her name, but she, he was like, "Mom, mom," and you think that when they're gonna come back, that was gonna happen.
Little Sam,
But
bastard.
yeah.
I'm glad he's dead.
Oh, and the other guy.
And then Rick's boo died.
yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
because he was getting ready.
Yes,
now
that's
he's
what I'm
going.
talking
I think
about.
he's going to hook up with Michonne. But listen to this. How about Carl taking one around in the eye?
in the eye. How
In
did
the
he
eye.
survive? He didn't survive.
Yeah, even though
How could you survive?
you don't like the zombie thing. I have to tell you, man, it's a big deal, bro. I know you don't get it, but like 9 million people do. So you got to give some kudos to that. It's important. It's relative to what.
But the people that didn't see the show right now probably have turned off the radio
Hey,
show.
I
They could-
No,
said-
it's
I
2016.
said
You just fast
spoiler.
forward for a minute,
Spoiler
and then we'll talk
alert.
about
That's
something
what I
else.
said.
That's
and
what- that's
Better
what I
Call
think.
Saul.
I loved it. Loved
Yeah,
it.
that was a good one.
Don't talk about that. Please don't talk about that. See, the worst thing about watching Netflix is I don't have time to sit down and watch, so I have to wait till I
That's
have a
not
whole
on
day.
Netflix yet.
Yes, it is.
No, I
the-
mean
but
like
that's
the
what
new
is.
one.
That's what I was
Okay,
gonna say.
yeah,
The worst
new
thing
one.
about watching on Netflix, I was hanging out with Eric actually when it came
Yep,
on,
yep.
and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna watch Better Call Saul." Well, I was only on like season 1, episode 4, so I'm like, "No, I don't want to see it." So I
Good
left.
news, Jeff. It was uneventful this first episode, but they're setting up for something. I
Right,
know
yeah.
Gilligan,
It's
and
a
that's how
slower-
it all happens with
it's a
him.
slower-
It was a
I
slow
wasn't
start.
gonna say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, good.
Very
You didn't miss
uneventful.
anything earth shattering. Just check it out, and it kind of lays down the groundwork for this season.
Just
for the
catch
new
up on
season.
Netflix already.
Well, I'm done with season 1, and that's all that's on Netflix. Is it only season 2?
Yeah, that's all you're at.
Okay,
you know,
yeah, so I'm
they've had-
caught up.
I think it's 8 episodes in season 1. If you guys are a Breaking Bad fans, certainly you got to check out Better Call Saul. It's a
Yeah.
prequel to the show. It's made by the same person that made Breaking Bad, which is pretty much one of the most successful one of the most successful shows of all time. So check out Better Call Saul. It's on AMC, same as The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry about
Lindsay,
that.
going back to you were talking about Cam Newton. You don't like Cam Newton
No,
because he's egotistical.
exactly.
Yeah,
And he wears gay
Super
pants.
cocky. Yes, yes. You saw the picture of him whenever he flew in.
Yeah,
So,
we
yeah.
talked about that last show.
Oh, see, I'm okay. I'm
Versace sold those
Sales
out.
went way
God,
up.
he gets on my nerves.
Jaguar
It's
pants.
crazy because it's almost like he wears these Versace sells out. It's like it's the epitome of our youth.
Right.
It is, and
And
I
then
think
you have people looking up, like kids looking up to him and thinking, "Oh yeah, I need." Oh, this
right,
is
and
so
he's telling
annoying.
everyone he's Superman, and he's wearing the funny pants, and he says, "If you don't want me to dance in the end zone, stop me from getting in the end zone."
But you
and
saw
Yeah,
him
he's
cry.
a sore
then all of a
loser.
sudden,
That's what they did.
then all of a
Sore
sudden,
loser.
this guy who comes
Sore
out and says he's
loser.
the man of all men is
He-
throwing himself on the turf like a little kid, throwing a tantrum in the middle of the game, and crying on the media after, and it's just like. is that where our society is going? Is that are these kids? We talk about the kid that had the affluenza, where he was so rich that he didn't know any better. And you had mentioned that Cam Newton, all he ever did is won, and, he found out. And did you guys see the story on Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
Unfortunately, and she built herself up to be bad bitch, whatever she said. She always had that one little quote that even they put on shirts and whatever. And then I saw her on the Ellen clip, and it was like really disappointing. She started breaking down. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You have emotions. You have this. You have that. You're gonna lose sometime. If you think you're gonna win,
knowing that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And it's so sad because I should have bet. I still say to this day, I should have bet on that fight because I thought she was going to get knocked out by Holly
Well,
Holmes
when
or
you look
whatever.
back now, hindsight's 2020, and she defended her title 3 times in 9 months. It's unheard of. Okay,
Right.
Guys or girls,
Very true.
that's very close in proximity for title fights. Okay, sometimes the title holders might only fight once a year. So she was trying for 3 in 9 months, and she's in a game where, let's face it, no matter how tough you are, you get caught in the right trajectory at the right time, you just knock your ass out. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened to her. And she also, I think her emotions got the best of her, and she had a terrible strategy. She wound up staying on her feet, which is not her game anyway. And she played directly into Holmes' powerhouse.
Almost too
instead of
cocky.
taking her
She
to the
said
ground.
in an interview,
Yes.
"What you gonna do? Kick me in the head?" And she did.
Right.
Kicked me in the head.
She sure did.
Knocked her out, man. It was an ugly situation.
So
boy.
I think there's so many lessons to be learned here. I think one, if you have kids, teach them to lose. You set them up for failure, and then teach them to deal with failure once they do fail, and teach them how to be a good winner. Teach them how to be a good loser. I grew up in a small town, and I was a small town hero and playing football and baseball and basketball and stuff. And I would come upstairs, and my grandma would have the paper open to my big picture of me on the front cover, and she said, "Now, Jeff, when you go to school today, eat humble pie." And I always just kind of laugh at her, but then I would get to school and I would hear her in the back of my brain, I'd give credit to my other teammates and my coaches, and when I'd get interviewed, I would say that, and it was all because of my grandma, and they prepared me for that. And my father would let us fail on purpose, and then he would sit with us and deal with it and talk about the failure and how to improve in the future. And I think that doesn't happen anymore. And my father was my father. He was not my friend. Now he's my friend. But until I was 18, he was my father, and he was strict, and everything he did was preparing me for the world. I think today's kids get released out there and like, good luck, and parents coddle them and take care of their every need, and they just don't prepare them for the world. They get into these big schools and everything's wonderful and ice cream and doggies, and then they lose.
Yeah, they're fed with a silver spoon for sure.
And I think, she talked about she was in the corner of the hospital
Crying.
Contemplating suicide,
Yes.
dude.
ready to kill herself in the fetal
Yeah.
position. Like,
She said she looked up, saw her boyfriend. They gave her some comfort, so she didn't offer
Yeah.
herself. But I okay, Jeff. I don't get. I totally understand what you're saying, but I empathize with her because her identity was supposed to be indestructible. So then she got her ass kicked, and now she's like, if they don't know me for that, then what the hell are they going to know me for?
No.
Now I'm vulnerable and this and that. But you know what? It's all about sportsmanship. And you know what else? You know what second place is?
It's
not
last.
That's right.
Last.
Because if you ain't first, you're
You're
last.
worst.
You're the first loser.
That's
if
funny.
you're not first, you're worst. Dad taught me that too.
Yeah, yeah.
He would play checkers with me 5 million times in a row. I wouldn't win. I was
If you
0
remember
for 5 million.
participation trophies, this is exactly
Oh,
right.
geez. Yeah, see,
Everyone
it goes
deserves a little
hand in hand
championship.
with that. Like, we are not preparing them for. Sometimes you're going to get kicked in the head.
Yeah.
Sometimes life's going to knock you off the horse. You got to dust off and get. Cam Newton had a chance. He blew it. She had a chance to say, you know what? I'm going to show everyone that I am a true champion, that this is my identity. You can knock me down. I'm going to get up again.
Exactly. She should have went to a press conference. Look, she caught me.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Right.
unprepared. Maybe I accelerated the defense of this fight. I'm going to get better. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get my shot to beat her, and that is going to be a huge fight. Is that that's in July, right? Here in town.
And and then Holmes is actually fighting someone before
She
her,
better
too.
win. If she loses, it's off.
Oh,
Yeah.
she loses all that money. It's so
Yeah.
much
Oh,
at
God.
stake on that fight. you know
Hopefully
what I
she's
mean?
fighting a chump.
Dana White wanted her just to wait and just fight Rousey, right? But somehow she was
her
able to get
people,
one
her
more.
and her people are like, no, I want another fight.
Yeah, keep her limber, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's been a while. It's not like she waited 6 months, you know what I mean? So
She's a winner too. She was a winner before the fight. I don't think they're going to give her too tough of a challenge, but who knows?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
Again,
it'll be
though, when
interesting.
you're in that industry, guys, I mean, if you get caught, any of them are deadly. You know, I mean, these people are, they're registered people. They're tough with the hands and the feet. You know, I mean, if you get struck in the right direction, you'll get knocked out no matter what. That's why all of them lose in the UFC. All of them lose.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No
Even when you
undefeated.
go back, any of the male people that have held the title for so
Yeah.
long and then lost,
Yeah,
they're
all of them
not
lost.
that big of a sore loser, I guess.
Right.
You want to? I mean, for lack of better words, but
Yeah, better coping skills.
yeah,
right?
they're
They were
like,
able to
all
cope
right,
with it.
we had a good game, blah blah blah. It kind of goes back to the Cam Newton thing,
Mm-hmm.
where he didn't take his loss, so
No, he took it terribly.
he took it very
terribly.
terribly.
You remember Tito?
Lindsay, were you happy to see that? Did
Yes.
You see him writhing,
God,
writhing
yes.
misery.
Yes, I was.
Does that kind of
I
make
think
up for the
we're
loss
all-
of when the Tide
Yeah,
lost?
a little
that?
bit.
Okay,
because
cool.
He looked like a douchebag.
A little compensation. Cool.
Right.
Cool.
It was, remember Tito Ortiz when he finally lost? Like, he was on top of the world, and then he just got pummeled when he lost. And then he tried to come
yeah.
back, and he couldn't make the comeback for some reason.
Well,
He
that's a
just got
sport
killed.
where father time, once father time gets you, boy, you need
You're
to get
out.
out, or
Yeah.
you're going to have some severe neurological illnesses.
Yeah.
I guess you can say that it is extremely mental. It is 90% just like the Tiger Woods thing. Everything else that we've talked about, it is so mental. If you don't have it mentally, you're not going to win.
When you get to the point
You're
where you're a
not gonna-
professional, the skill set can only be so high. What really sets them apart is
Preparation,
the
mental
preparation, mental. A-Rod wrote a whole book about it.
A-Rod shouldn't be writing a book about mental nothings. A-Rod stared in the mirror in a photo shoot and kissed himself. Okay, French kissed himself in the mirror.
hate him.
Yeah, he's a weird guy, man.
I don't
I
know.
mean, he's a
I
good
And he
player.
wanted to have homosexual relations with Derek Jeter, and he has for like the last 10 years. Everyone knows it. If you're a New York Yankee fan, everyone knew it. He wanted to drill Jeter.
I mean, after having sex
The
with all the
biracial angel.
famous, A-list actresses, I'm sure after a while.
I think he's
Jeter-
got a secret life with himself. I mean, did you guys ever see that photo shoot? When you guys leave here tonight, make it
It's-
a point.
it's horrible.
It's so horrible. He's French kissing himself in the mirror. It's terrible.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
That's
I
what
don't
girls
see
do.
the image. It'll-
That's what
it'll-
girls do.
Oh,
When you're
Weird.
like 12
right?
and you're like, oh, I'm so cute. I'm
No,
wearing
that's-
makeup now.
You know who else did that? Was that maniac in Silence of the Lamb. Ooh, and he started squeezing his tits and shit. Put lotion on skin, Alex.
Jeter is way out of A-Rod's league.
Yeah.
But A-Rod was right when he said that there's very small that separates the good from the great once you get to the professional level.
Right, right.
And I don't know. It's just it's trending that way. So if you have kids, I know Ethan's not going to be that spoiled of a brat.
Right. And if you see
He's
him
gonna-
kiss themselves in the mirror, slap their
Yeah.
ass.
Give us a call.
Slap that son of a bitch.
Let us know if you see
Tell
Ethan
him,
kissing
no,
himself in
it's
the mirror."
bad. Kiss yourself.
They probably do that down in the teens in Palo Alto. Did you hear about them?
Those, the little rich kids.
Yeah.
So,
in the last 7 years, they've been waxing themselves 5 times the national average.
Oh,
Like-
my daddy's only worth $10 million.
Right. All the .comers down there, all those kids that
Wow.
have everything, silver spoon, like everything.
Every advantage in life.
They're just killing themselves like it's like an emergency down there because
Yeah.
they're killing themselves at such a high rate.
I mean, like everyone's like a bag lady, like Versace and Louis Vuitton. Everyone's strapped with a 9 iron. You remember Malibu's Most Wanted? That was a funny
Yeah.
ass movie.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel bad for these kids. So they're offing themselves. And what is the contributing factor, you think, Jeff?
I don't know. I think everyone wants to feel important. That's why we're here. That's why we're on Earth, is to feel special, I guess, or whatever. Somehow separate yourself from the masses. And when everybody around you is rich and everybody's going to these big time schools, and
Sure.
now there's the internet. Everyone's got a Facebook, and if you don't get enough likes, you don't feel special, and
Yeah.
you don't have enough friends compared to the guy next to you. Then these kids somehow they equate that to that's their relevance in the world. And a lot of these kids, they're asking, they just say, well, I don't feel like I have a relevance. I don't think that I'll ever, kind of like Ronda Rousey. She said, well, that's who I was and that's who I'm supposed to
Sure.
be. If not that, then what? Well, I don't know. Go find something,
Right.
There's a million things you can be. But so these kids, the national average, I guess there was 41,000 suicides, over 41,000
Wow.
suicides
Wow.
last year. And,
Wow.
and that's in the United States. And,
Okay.
but even the worse is there was 1.3 million attempts of suicide. in the
Wow.
United States.
So it's
last
a
year.
epidemic.
Yeah.
I
Real
mean,
bad
I
situation.
think a lot of that is due to bullying a lot.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yep. And
So-
we definitely, I can appreciate that. I mean, it's a terrible thing, and it results in some real tragic situations. People hanging themselves, little kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're fat, you're useless, no one likes you. It adds up, I mean, it could really kind of condition somebody to having a really bad time. And that comes down to parent preparation and communication with their child, I think,
Yeah.
and coping. I mean, like coping with the fact that maybe you're not the most likable person, but I'm good at something, and maybe concentrate on something that they are good, and make that about themselves or whatever.
And it's a long race, man. Like,
Yeah.
so many,
Yeah.
like all the people I went to high school with, and the ones that were
Great
supposed
point,
to pull out and be the studs weren't, and some
Oh
of the
my God.
scrubs turned out being studs, and you never know.
It always happens. I think in every school, high school, whatever popularity, non-popularity situation, that always happens.
I mean, how many kids, when you asked them when they were kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? Doctor, lawyer,
Right.
How many of them are what they said they were going to be? Like, probably none of them. One, maybe one.
Right. Well, there's some truth to that. No question about it.
It's that, I mean, they have MTV Cribs, 50 Cent's out there showing everyone that he has 18 of the most collectible cars. And, some kids, say a college student or someone just out of college is having a hard time keeping a job. They see that. They're like, how am I ever going to get that? I have a lot of friends that are like, I tell them, you should go out with this girl, that girl. And they're just like, well, yeah, if I ever get a nice car. And I'm like, what? Like, and Vegas
That's
side,
sad. Yeah.
you'll learn.
I feel like I know about that.
And a lot
now.
of girls will go after that.
Right. No, that's what I'm. That's what I feel like there's a lot of girls that are fake like that for that because it's not how it was at home so much. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's a little bit different here.
Yeah, I'm from
obviously.
Boise, Idaho. Same thing. Everyone's.
Yeah,
It's kind of important, but it's not number one on the list.
Right.
you
Right.
know.
It's not that big of a deal back home.
Be
I mean,
successful. That's important, but it's
Right.
Yeah,
not the
and-
number one thing I'm looking for.
Right.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with a woman and a guy looking for security, I mean, but
Right.
if it's their primary, like
Right,
kind of
that's
like this is
all
what
they
I
think
want,
of it,
yeah.
this is what I'm after, I
That's
mean, I'll do what I
messed
have
up.
to do to get it.
We had talked about on one of our shows that the United States in the year 2000 was number one in domestic freedom. Is that what it was called? The name of it, where your chance of actually getting rich. We were number one in the year 2000, and now last year we are ranked. What was it, like 13th or something like that?
Slip that low. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So the dream, I mean, I think we're setting expectations too high with these kids, with as fast as social media is moving, and the people that do have the money flaunting it everywhere and using it to their advantage. And so if you're not a doctor, lawyer, you don't live up, then they feel, well, what am I? And they kill themselves. The Black Lives Matter kid killed himself. Like, how hypocritical is that?
Tell me about that. What happened there?
Well, that kid Marshawn, he's 23 in Ohio. He's one of the biggest activists for Black Lives Matter, and
He offed himself?
one day he just wrote a note that said that the demons today they won the battle, and he killed himself.
Wow. That's terrible.
And it's like, okay, well, Black Lives Matter, but not yours. Like the biggest thing he's standing up for is don't kill black people, and then because
kills
every life's
himself.
important, and he goes and waxes himself.
Did you determine or find out how he killed himself?
I don't actually. I don't know.
Wondering if it was drugs or if he really did it. If he was really, kind of committed to it. I mean, like,
Yeah, it probably
wrote a
was.
note,
Yeah.
maybe, or something.
A suicide note usually means they probably pulled the trigger or pills, like you said. But
That's crazy.
yeah, he
Can't
going.
believe that.
Yeah, so it's like, everyone comes out with these protests, and it's like, what are you really protesting for? Because obviously black lives don't matter to him. Like, what are you protesting? Are you just trying to be part of something? Like, it's another part of the society is when something doesn't go our way or it's not our favor, we want to cry and scream and throw ourselves on the turf, and we want to get our friends together and hold signs, and this company's not paying enough or that company's this. If it doesn't favor us 100%, I mean, black crime needs to be addressed, black on black crime. I hate when I hear people say, well, Black Lives Matter thing, the cops shooting the blacks, but blacks kill blacks more than anything. And that's a fact. And if that is a fact, maybe we should concentrate our efforts more on that than something that doesn't happen as much.
right.
With Beyonce coming out with the Black Panther thing, it's like, maybe you should have done something on blacks killing blacks. When do we get to see that? But it's not.
Or just the all lives matter kind of thing.
Right.
Like, she's a huge icon. She's one of the richest people in the industry, her and Jay-Z. And it's like, I saw that I saw that clip, or I read an article or something about how they were trying to protest. All these people stood up for the non-Beyonce protest thing in New York. No one showed up.
Exactly.
No one showed up.
Is that right?
The cops showed up to make sure the protest went okay.
Sure.
No one showed up. Not
Really?
a single person. And it's kind of despicable at this point. It's like, because they don't want to be outed, maybe, as sticking up for themselves, or sticking up for a race, or sticking up for the non-Black Panther thing,
The
or
Super
whatever
Bowl
it
thing
is.
was a fiat. I mean, that was just ridiculous. The whole thing was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
and I mean-
racism. Either any way you look at it, it's racism.
Yeah,
It's
and it
very-
doesn't have to
it's
go one way; it can come the
it's-
other.
You're
it's
right.
very prejudiced.
Let's
Yeah.
make All Lives Matter campaign and just say,
Yeah.
let's stop killing. Rather
Yeah.
it's cops killing blacks or Mexicans or whatever
Whatever it
your ethnicity, or
is.
black people killing black people, or white people killing white people. Let's stop all the killing, stop the madness. Again, raise your kids. Teach them to deal with it. Things might not go your way. Your girlfriend might break up with you. She might cheat on you one day. Deal with it. You know, how do I face that fact when it happens? Do I shoot somebody? You
Yeah,
know, someone
no.
might cut me off in traffic. Do I shoot them?
Yeah.
When a cop says put your hands up, put your hands up.
Yeah.
You're probably going
Don't
to get
start
shot.
shooting at them.
Good advice, Jess.
Wow.
Absolutely not that, because it's not going to end well.
Yeah, it's not going to end well. Just like, you know,
Or
all
they'll
the...
miss twice, and
Yeah. Yeah, the cops might miss.
they'll hit a little
If you're in
kid
Vegas,
and
you
yeah.
might get a 50-50 shot if you're in Vegas.
If you're
Lindsay.
in Vegas, you probably won't get shot.
What do you think of Vegas, man? What's your overall impression? Do you like it here?
I do like it
Okay.
so far, but everybody tells me that I'm not going to like it that much after I've been here for a while, like after I've been here like a year or two. But I mean, you go from like a small town, like, I mean, we drove like 20 minutes to get to like the movies, or
Okay.
to go shopping and stuff like that.
And
Like,
everything's so convenient here. as far
right,
as
like
that
I
goes.
can literally, like, I mean, like, we didn't have like all the fast food like around us. Like, it was a very small town,
Mm-hmm.
and so here to have everything around, and there's so many different people and stuff. I mean, I know I have to be more careful because, like, in the South, like, for the most part, we trust, everybody trusts. Like, we
Right.
all
Your
trust.
door open at
Right.
night.
Yeah, I mean, like, we
A
really,
lot.
I mean, it really is like that.
Right.
And I mean, like I said, for the most part, now depending on what side of town you're on, you know, whatever. But I mean,
Sure.
you know, here, like, you're like, you can't trust anybody, I guess, because it's people from like all over, from
That's
all
okay.
over, and you don't know, you know, where people, you know, you don't know about people. But like for me, like, I trust before, like, you have to give me a reason to not trust you for me, you know. So I'm coming in like, oh yeah, you're nice, yeah, you seem really nice, and everybody's
Mm-hmm.
like, you can't be like that. I'm like, why, you know?
Well, I have a different perspective of that. I have a family here. I raised a child here. I've been here 23 years. I still like living here. Couldn't imagine living anywhere else. As far as like the 24-hour aspect of it, I really enjoy that.
Yes.
Everything's always open. I could always go to the grocery store if I have an emergency. I could always get my hands on something. So you're going into your first summer here too.
Right.
So you got here, it was like fall.
Yeah, September.
Oh, it's a great month to be here, by the way. September,
Yeah.
October, and
90s,
right now, February.
90s,
For those of
yeah.
you who don't know, like right now, we're dealing with some of the best part of the year. It's like
Yeah, this is
75
nice.
degrees today.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what I mean, with no humidity, it's just beautiful. Summers are rough. Get
That's what I
ready for
hear.
that.
Well, I
Summers can
came.
be
I
rough.
came here in July for the 4th of July. For
Oh, so you
2
caught a
days.
little of that.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like standing in front of an oven. Open oven, it was hot.
Imagine that for about 6 months
Right.
straight.
You
Yeah.
will like the fact it's a dry heat. There's not humidity.
Okay, yeah, because like
Yeah.
at home, you walk outside,
a
you're
dry
immediately
heat.
sweating. It's
Yeah, oh,
disgusting.
absolutely,
You
I'm sure
never
of that.
don't. I mean, you're never not sweating. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dry
You'll
heat
still
thing.
sweat.
I mean, I feel like I probably will. I get hot
You
easy.
you
so.
you won't sweat the way you do back there. Not even close.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
Not
a
even
good
close.
thing.
Yeah.
Like we play softball out in 110 sometimes, and you sweat. Don't get me wrong, but it dries up.
Okay.
I can still wear the same shirt for my next game.
No.
We went to Florida one time,
Oh.
and we had to switch shirts
Oy.
after every game.
Yes, because
it
stays-
won't dry up.
Right,
It'll
it's
stay
wet. It just stays
Yeah.
wet. Yeah.
It's ridiculous, the humidity, but and the smell too. I hate the smell of humidity, like the carpets and stuff.
I don't even know what it smells
Yeah,
like.
you're probably
I'm
just
to
so
it.
used
You
to
know what I
it.
mean? Like, I don't even know. I
It's
don't even know what
mold.
the smell is.
Smells like mold.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
The other thing that people say is that there aren't good people in Las Vegas. Everyone's out to get something from you. Everyone's scandalous or whatever. But I'll tell you this: you can find good people in Las Vegas. So
You've met
I
3
would-
of them
Yeah,
Yeah,
already.
there's 3 of
They
us are
are.
sitting right
Yeah,
here.
you hit jackpot right now. But anyway,
No, he's right. There's
there
a
are
lot
very
of
good people.
there's
here.
a lot of jaded people here.
Definitely.
Because they've been taken advantage of, or because they've met so many people like what you're saying. But like I want to know who said that to you and what they're doing with their life and what. I hate people when they bash Vegas. They say there's no good people. They say everyone's out for themselves. Blah blah blah.
There's a misnomer about it, Jeff. Like people just have this like preconceived notion what it's like to live here, and they're so off. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, you go to the strip all the time,
Yeah.
you're crazy. I'm like,
Everybody
yeah,
thinks
last year I
that.
went once
Yeah, he
down
never
there.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing I was telling her earlier. Like, you either go one way or the other, and you just have to be smart enough to choose the one way.
and keep in perspective,
Yeah.
obviously.
I think life is what you make of it. I don't care where you live. You know how many people I know that
True.
left Vegas looking for happiness
Come right
and
back.
they're coming back like,
Boomerang.
oh man, I was bored. There's no money,
Yep.
this and that. You just got it. Happiness is a decision that I think that you make. And
Hey, or vice versa. They move to Florida or Tennessee or somewhere, and they find happiness there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I respect people that take like kind of a leap of faith. I went to high school in New Jersey. I took a long. I mean, I think I'm the furthest from my graduating class, man. I think my friend Stacy. I think she made it to Colorado, and I think I made it actually furthest west of anyone in my graduating
I read a
class.
stat one time that the majority of people don't move more than 100 miles away from where they grew up.
Nobody leaves.
Oh yeah,
Alabama.
like 90%.
Yeah.
Nobody
Did you
leaves.
drive out here or fly?
I drove out here. Like when I actually moved, I drove me, mom, and my dog.
Was it cool? Did you go on the 40? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Took the 40 across, so you saw New Mexico and Texas and all that stuff.
There's nothing in New Mexico.
What'd you think of all that?
Boring.
Yeah?
There's nothing. Like
Yeah?
there's literally nothing.
flat,
Have
right?
you-
But we got to see like those cars that like
The
what are those?
art cars
Yes, we got to see those. That was
for
exciting.
like Burning Man, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
That's where that is.
It's in Nevada.
Oh, well, that was cool to see that.
I
So
don't
Have you done the Grand Canyon yet? Have you ever seen it?
no, we haven't.
Make sure to make a
I
point of
know,
that. You're
I
not
know.
No,
far
I
from
haven't
that.
even been.
You're kidding.
You
me.
haven't been to Grand Canyon?
I'm
God damn,
disappointed
for
in
real.
you.
I work for a
more-
I work for a
better
helicopter
priorities.
company and a company that flew out there all the time.
Oh,
Jeff
that's
knows.
awesome.
I've been there dozens of times. It's beautiful. It's something
Yeah.
to see for sure.
I wanna go.
And up north from here, a couple hours north is Zion
Mm-hmm.
National Park and Arches and Bryce National Park. There's some really great places to
everybody's
go.
told me.
Then of course you got California, San Diego.
I
So
want
much
to
to
see
do.
And
LA.
So
she
much
still
to
hasn't
do.
been to California.
No, I haven't. I mean, I'm like super new.
You ever seen the ocean, right?
like the
California
Pacific?
Ocean.
No, like the ocean period.
Like Florida, yeah.
Yeah,
I got it.
okay, so that was close to home,
We were
you
like,
know?
I mean, like that was like 7 hours away, so we did that, but not.
I've met
Pacific.
people that have never even seen the ocean.
and that's sad to me.
Wow.
That hurts
Their
my
world's a
feelings.
very small. Their world's a very small place.
That's sad.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
No wonder everyone's waxing themselves.
Exactly.
They don't
I'm a
get out.
Ocean.
They don't
Like,
get out of
out.
where they're born.
Right.
If this show didn't go well, I was actually contemplating it myself.
Yeah. I was thinking about the fetal position over in that corner over there behind the camera.
I can't
So
do it.
disappointed with
I'm gonna do
myself.
it live on the camera.
I can't do this without Matt.
Next
show,
to the fan.
the show didn't turn out good.
Next.
What am
I
supposed
asked
to
him
do?
specifically a call because he's like, I should come on over. He's busy at work or whatever. And I was like, that's awesome. And then I asked him to come over. And then I was like, take the night off. Lindsay's got you. And then I said, definitely call 702-483-4444, Matt.
You've been called out, boy.
Come on, man. At least call in.
He's-
it is your
he's not
show.
going to.
Or Jeff and I will make a permanent decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just funning before, but it's getting more serious now.
If the top of the hour comes.
And we're ruining all our first date questions, but what brought you here?
Okay, so I came out here in April. My cousin lives out here, and I liked it a lot, whatever. And of course, I came back home, broke up with the boyfriend.
Okay.
It was a bad breakup. I'm 26, so I decided, okay, I don't have kids, I'm not married. Why not move somewhere different? I like hot weather. I don't like cold weather. And I'm like, I liked it out there. Like, I want to do something different because nobody leaves Alabama. I'm from Hazel Green, Alabama. Nobody leaves. There's been a couple that have left, and including me. And so I just kind of took, a leap of faith. I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
Time to go.
For me, it was terrifying because, such a small town, but I did it. I love it. I'm glad I did. I know that if I stayed there, it would just been the same shit all the time. And
Yep.
it was a good thing to come out here and meet new people.
Sure.
Whatever. So
Yeah, and I had to come in on a Saturday for her interview.
Yes, you did. She came in at 8:00 in the morning for my
I was
interview.
Like, damn, I have to come in on a Saturday.
And then she
For
never
your
knew that I'd be
interview.
sitting right next to her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
5 months later, here I am.
When you got to Vegas, how long was it till you secured work? Quick?
I
right
had
off
a
the
job
bat?
before I came out.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There
So
you
you're
go.
already set up,
She
ready to go.
flew in for the interview at my
Right.
work, and then
And a month
Gotcha.
later, I was
Nailed
out
it.
here.
It nailed the interview.
Right.
That's the reason a lot of people in Vegas don't like Vegas. They come here thinking that they're going to walk into they hear on
The gold
TV
rush.
and stuff. Yeah,
It's the
they
gold
think it's the
rush.
gold
Yeah, no,
rush.
it is
And this is a very
hard.
tight community. Like, if you don't
It
know
is.
somebody, it's more about who you know than what you know, more than probably I think any city in the world. Not
I
that
would
I've
agree
been
with
to
that.
every city, but
Right.
here, if you're not juiced in, the people are like, "Oh, I heard in Vegas you can park cars and make $100,000 a year." I'm like, "You better know somebody." They're like,
Right.
or I heard cocktail waitresses make $100,000 a year. I'm like, "They do, certain ones in certain
Yep.
places."
I did,
but
for sure.
She did. She was a towel girl.
for a minute.
And
bank.
but you got to know someone to get in.
I
You don't
want
just go
this.
apply
Right.
for that job. These girls, they line up at Hard Rock for the rehab position, and the line of girls are in their swimsuits going all the way down this long, long hallway,
For 8
and they're the
hours.
most beautiful women you've ever seen in your world. And they come in from where they're from. They're the hottie. They're the hottest girl. They come in and they look at all these other girls and they go Ronda Rousey. They just start crying. And go in the
Trying to
corner.
commit suicide in the corner.
Did you see her tits? They were perfect.
So they're like,
Hate that bitch.
check out her toilet.
Oh my god, she got a nice toilet, even
Her
nicer
legs
than
are
mine.
perfect. Yeah, that's hilarious.
So then they're in this line and they're sitting there for 2 hours and they come in and they say their name and where they're from and they turn around and then they're like, okay, see ya.
yeah, we've
Right.
Oh.
definitely had a very long conversation about this before.
Yeah. And by the
About-
way, we're keeping 4 or 5 of you this year. Out of
Out of
Out of
100 or
200
200
people.
It's crazy.
So Vegas is a little different than most
Right.
places. So coming here and having a job before you get here is very smart,
Yeah.
strategical
Good, yeah.
thing to do
Well,
because
some of them just come out and they're like, oh, I come up. I've met people that came out like a couple grand, like a month's worth of money. I mean, that's leap of faith shit. You know what I mean? Like I was like, wow, you're a real free spirit. You know?
Hey, I
Yeah.
did that. No.
Did you?
I came here for school and then I found my first job within like 2-3 weeks.
Right.
But it was a lot of searching.
Right.
But you have to save up. You have to be smart about it. You have to
Absolutely.
do
I did.
that.
I had 2,000 when I moved here.
Yep,
Yeah.
2 Gs. There you go. Case in point.
And then I got lucky, went to Casino Royale, and I doubled it. We won 2,000 playing
And
craps.
spent $1 on drinks.
Dollar drinks. Dollar drinks at the Royale. It still
God.
is $1.
$1 for your
No,
Miller Lite.
when you're gambling, you don't have to pay for the drinks.
Right. Pretty
Do
much
not
anywhere.
gamble ever.
I do.
You do gamble?
Yes, I like blackjack.
Goodness
Didn't
gracious.
I say something about it earlier? Like I love blackjack.
Put on the machine.
Well, you've given her really good
no, I can
guidance.
do table
I
blackjack.
don't
I
do.
can do table
Yeah.
blackjack.
I don't
Machine
gamble.
puts the odds against you. You got to do it live, and you got to know how to play.
I like
and-
to play at the table though. I don't do it all the time. Like I don't like okay when I go get gas. I don't like go in the gas station. Like I gotta play.
You
I'm
just
not
jones
like that
it.
bad.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
on the
Like-
machines or something
Like
like
if
that.
I'm like if we go out to a casino or something like that, okay, why not? You know, especially like downtown better. Like the strip is kind of on my nerves already. Like
Right.
I mean, okay, y'all like these people get on my nerves. Like tourists are everywhere, and that's not me anymore.
Right.
And they're just in the way, and I can't deal with it. So I like going downtown better, and
Yeah.
plus it's cheaper to play down
I think
there.
we've
Yeah.
conditioned her to downtown.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
getting there. I'm getting.
So you're
It's like-
frustrated with the folks on the strip.
Yes. Oh my God. I hate
Do not
driving
get
on
into a
it.
car and drive on the
I have,
sidewalk.
I've had to because I've had friends come up here. I've had to pick them up. Whatever. Oh my God.
No,
it
no,
gets
she
my-
doesn't get what
Don't
you're saying.
Laquan McDonald to anyone.
Yeah.
all right?
Wait, what?
If you get
Yeah,
frustrated.
don't do that.
Do what?
Oh, you
Don't
remember
drive
the gal?
onto the strip. and
Oh,
still-
that girl.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna do. Don't
Did
worry.
you hear-
And then
I don't want to
pay
go to
back.
jail. I'm okay. I don't want to do that. I'm good.
Did you hear they brought it up that they want to make the strip a whole mall and get rid of
The walk.
traffic period on the strip?
Oh,
They wanted
God.
you can't drive on the strip at all. They want to make it
Oh, my
like
God.
Fremont Street.
I don't like that. That's absolutely ridiculous.
They said that
I
it would be
couldn't
tough to
imagine
do.
that. And how many people would be out of
Imagine
work,
New
man?
Year's
Come
when
on.
that. Yeah.
Valet parkers all done.
Yeah.
The whole
Well,
union
all the
done.
They'll have
entries
a
would be
valet on the
behind the
back.
hotels.
Behind the hotels.
Yeah.
Is this? Does this have any traction? Really?
It was in the newspaper today or yesterday, one of the 2 days. It was, I think, front page.
You have
Wow.
to- you have to understand though, the old downtown, the street is a lot smaller. That's like a 2-lane.
Right.
This is like 6 lanes.
Well, that's what they're saying.
So you
Think of the
can't
money they could
really-
make by having kiosks and stuff all the way down Las Vegas Boulevard and make it just a mall, a walking mall.
That
I
would be
mean,
amazing.
maybe for the economy, but no, not for people going and taking. How many people do you stop behind on the strip thinking, "Oh, great, they're taking pictures now"?
Wow.
You're not going to have that anymore. You wouldn't have that anymore.
You'd have to walk to take those pictures. I mean, there's a lot of pluses and negatives. They're saying the negatives are that everyone would have to make their entries on the back,
Right.
and so it would be a lot of money.
Traffic would be outrageous.
And that's what they're saying, that those back streets aren't big enough right now to handle that kind of traffic. So
think of New Year's. Just think of New
It got
Year's.
shot down, but they were saying it's something that should always be in the conversation.
So it would require like infrastructure. I mean,
lot.
tremendous amount
A lot,
of planning.
yeah.
Yeah, it would.
I
It
get
wouldn't be
it.
an overnight thing. Like valet parking, man. This is going to be a big deal. You know what
For
I mean?
MGM,
Yeah.
yeah.
MGM Grand's going to charge for the
all their properties.
Um,
$10
So
bucks.
what's all the properties? I don't know what all the properties
There's
are.
like
MGM
Mandalay
owns about
Bay.
12. They own about a dozen
Yeah,
of the
there's-
hotels on the strip.
And
most-
then,
the
so
maj-
all those they're going to charge you for parking.
Yes.
Forever, what made Vegas cool is it's free parking everywhere. You know, you just pull up
Right,
into
right.
the
You
want your
garage and
business,
park
right?
and go in. And now they're going to start charging for it.
$10.
$10.
It's not a dollar. It's
That's
not $2.
so messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
gonna
they're
be
making
crazy.
a lot of money in there. So what's the problem?
Well, it's I guess the amount of money that
I
they're
don't
going
think
to
they are.
make is like insane.
If you don't know, the MGM they just went in partnership on that arena. You know which one I'm
Okay,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
So
Okay.
they're in $375 million. Now they're got to build a $50 million parking structure. Who's going to pay for it? You know what I mean?
Oh.
So this new smart parking structure, it tells you exactly where you park and where every level's going to be. You know,
Okay.
when you drive in, it'll tell you where to go.
Okay.
You know,
That's
that type of
exactly
deal.
how
It's gonna
Cosmo
be
did
$10,
it, though. Oh, there's this many spaces on this level. Here's all the green ones, and then it screwed up the first.
Yeah, half of
couple
Oh
them.
yeah,
months.
it broke down.
You know,
hate
like
that.
the red and the green. Oh,
Sure.
this one is free, and then there's a car there, and it's like,
Yeah.
Or if somebody parks in two spots, just messes up the whole thing.
Or you
Yeah.
drive down there, it's one of those little teeny cars, and so it
Yeah.
doesn't register, so it says green that it's open. And
Right,
it's
right.
not. Yeah. Well, so Vegas is full of. The Caesar's Palace owns, I think, 13 properties, and MGM owns.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I mean,
So
Okay.
if
they're
you go
the
to
two
like
big players.
most
Okay.
most of the big casinos are owned by either Caesars or MGM.
Okay, I gotcha.
There's a couple independent, which is very impressive. Like Treasure Island is owned by one single man, and it's completely paid for, zero debt.
Is that
Wow.
right?
Yep.
Which property is that?
Treasure Island.
Is that right?
Yeah, pretty impressive, huh?
Do you know the guy's name or?
but you know that.
Is he single?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so
Yeah,
bad.
I'm kidding.
She's
Five
Vegas
months.
sized.
Vegas sized.
already Vegas size.
Yeah.
Put this
Drives-
day on the calendar.
Yeah.
But you know
Drives a
all
nice
those
car.
like places like One Oak inside Treasure Island?
Yeah.
Those are owned by Caesars.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Or not is it Caesar? Yeah, I think it's Caesars. Yeah, because I know it's sorry, not Caesars.
Something
what the
Group.
bank yeah, Light Group.
9 Group.
It used to be
or
Light
Light
Group,
Group.
now it's Hakkasan Group. So all those places, you know, obviously pay a ton of money for their club to be in there.
Sure.
So
And that's what's
they're
great about
obviously owned by properties.
about
like
owning
that.
owning it, and then you just build a huge nightclub and you rent it out to somebody else.
Sure.
And then they have all the liability and none of the risk, but they give you a big nut every month.
Just real quick, last year, top 10 nightclubs in the entire country. 7 out of 10 in Las Vegas.
Wow.
XS being number 1, by the way.
Hey, Tao was for like a long
Tao is still number 4.
Is Omnia going to take over the number
long
one?
time. Omnia? I don't know. I still have not been to Omnia.
Well, financial groups that do nightclubs in the world, Tao is number one.
See,
Yeah,
I like
Tao-
Aurora. I like Aurora
Tao is-
myself.
Aurora. Yeah, is that down at Bar X?
It's Bar
It's
X.
in the back room?
Underneath Bar X.
We always invite Eric out to the club, and he's like, "The only club I'm going to is Bed and Sheets."
Yeah, I like Bed Keen or Keen Club. The Keen.
The key in bed.
I used to mess with Jeremy all the time with that, man.
All right.
Get me on the list. Used to get people on lists.
We used to have
so
people
funny.
always still call me to get them on lists.
Oh,
All right,
God.
Lindsay with Zee. I like the way you spell your name, by the way.
you.
Thanks for being on the show. I hope you come back, Matt.
Yep.
Work late anytime, guys. Thanks for watching the American Mind.
Peace out, boy.
Bye.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes another show. As we adjourn here tonight, we'll leave you with this beautiful song to help calm your nerves. As you fall asleep, think of all you've heard on tonight's program. Try to relax and let all thoughts become one. Remember, your brain is a muscle and you must exercise it. Practice logical thinking, and for God's sakes, man, be kind to each other. Good night, and thank you for listening to the American Mind Grind.
You're so vain. You probably think this song is a